And we're live. Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the Abyss. Today we'll be making some more art. Got things set up, but I'm also needing to apologize in advance to Facebook viewers. I'm doing something new. I usually do it to stream to my Abyssal art page, but I've decided to try streaming it to my ArchOfAbyss page simply because it's easier if there's just one page. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Also, we need to apologize to you guys since I will be playing the Harris Heller music through the entirety of the stream, and Facebook still don't like that for some reason. So if you want to watch it live, that's going to be your one chance to watch it with music and audio. And unfortunately, that's just how it has to be. For everyone else, enjoy the music. So today I will be picking up where I left off. The question is, where did I leave off? Ah, yes, the ranged dude. So what I want to do, so I've got the first pass going. Question becomes, how detailed do I want to make him? I definitely want to have some kind of I actually want to see something. Where is this page? He's the last guy before I start doing animations. So let me go ahead and open up all the other boys. Slime simple. Is this right? Go to the first frame. Let me go ahead. I like this, but if I'm honest, I kind of want to make it, I want to see what happens if I do the... Ooh. Want to keep the red in the center. What's happening? Am I scaling it at the same time? Why is it like zooming in and out? There we go. Why can't I do it at 90? There. I just want to see what it would look like. And then I'm assuming I can just take... something like that. Oh. I also will say the thing with this slime. Stop. Is the fact that I don't have it exactly in the bubble. So now I want to select all of this and crop it. There we go. And we're gonna take this. I mean, that was really the only big difference between the two. That and this section right here. Oh, let me go ahead and move back over to there. With this, I kind of want to start making a new freehand. We'll go ahead and make him 48 by 48. Actually, the other thing that I was considering is I want to create a copy of this guy, slime simple big bug. And the main thing I wanted to do was canvas size. I want to make the width, I don't know. I like the fact that this one's 64 by... I don't like the fact that it's by 45. Why is it by 45? It should be by 48. I like the fact that it's big, because the issue, though, that I'm running into right now is if I look at something like... Open recent... this guy, right? He's not even 48 by 24. So 1.5, which that's actually fine for his type of character. It's 3/4 the length, but it's 1/4 of the height. And that's the part that I'm running into, that I'm like, do I want to make it taller? I honestly think this looks fine, but if I create a new file that's, I don't know, 1,000 by 1,000, right? Just a little playground. And I were to take this guy for the beginning of a sprite sheet, and then I would take this guy right? Like, okay, you could probably say that that's comparable. Now let me open, not ranged, but a stomper, right? Let me go ahead and put them all on the same field. We're going to call this we'll just call this a sprite sheet. And also, I think the audio on Spotify is a little low. I also just realized I don't think it's doing this thing that I wanted it to do. Stop. Yeah. That wasn't playing or showing before. Alright. So that honestly doesn't seem too bad. This guy, how does he look in comparison? So him in comparison to these two are fine. I think this guy might be a bit bad. Central Crystal. This is the guy I was looking for. How does he compare? So like tiny boy, bigger boy but skinny boy. I honestly want to like take him and like I just want to see what happens if I do one of So we take them to here. Let me move it so he's front there. Stop it. Thank you. Oops. Forget I have to constantly deselect first. And this would be enough for the starting area. Obviously, I would need to add animations to each of these. And honestly, what I wanted to do, my initial thought with... Hold on, let me get rid of... On the sprite sheet, I don't need the ground, technically. I want to just scale this guy up as well. Let me just see how he looks. Ooh. This should be the 1-to-1. I want 1, 2, 1, 2. Honestly, I should just do that. And I would obviously need to touch up on those things. But I'm gonna move. I did it again. Okay. Move these down. So I move these guys a bit closer. So this could be just a room, right? So this guy moves around with these guys following around. These guys. Let me go ahead and... There's a button for this, I don't remember. I'm getting frustrated at my own. Does that really do that? Really? I didn't realize that. Tilde key apparently like resizes things. Or like the zoom. There's a oh Lord. Stop it. Oh my goodness. Just move him over here because apparently I'm not good at doing... Stop it. I said control V, not control... Stop. He's got a little dimple that's like... I'm sure it's a powerful tool or whatever for... Thank you. And then just... What's the thing that's a flip? Here we go. Shift A or V. Right. So... having him hang upside down with a cone of vision, which can be programmed in. There's your sentries. Now let's go ahead and create some basic tile sets. We'll go ahead and make this, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what you want to make is a 3x3, a 1x3, a 3x1, and a 1x1. And then if you're feeling spicy, you can make corner slopes. Here, let me go ahead and just file, open. Here we go. So here's an example tile set that I made myself. So these are all just very useful for semi-solids and for actual walls. And here's gentler slopes, harder slopes, and then just aesthetic corners. And what I want to do is I want to save this in here as file name example tile set. And really what you want to do is you really want to just kind of start with one, which is this middle tile right here. So I keep pushing that stupid tilde. Every time I go to press escape, I push tilde instead. Or whatever it's called. Yeah, no. Well, technically, that tilde is the shift version of it, I think. Or I don't know. Maybe that's Enya. I don't know. So the way you look at it is you only need to make one side, right? So I create new. I want it to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wide by 4 down. So you make 16 times 8 and 16 times 4. And that's if you just wanted to create a 16 by 16 tile set. So what I'm going to actually try... Oh, so all of these squares inside of my sprite sheet, right? All of those squares are 16. So if my biggest enemy is... I think what I want to do, because the tile sets are great for basic levels design, but I think like most platformers, what the way they generally want, what you generally want to do is you generally want to create your thought, right, of what the level design is going to be. And then put in the code afterwards. So that's what tile sets help you with. They help you with visualizing what it is that you want to make. And then you capture all of the platforming and everything. And the next step from that will be to make something fancy out of it. So, for example... something I just messed around with. I split all this up. That way they could be easily imported to whatever version I wanted. I even exported them all to PNGs. Trying to see if I can't find anything. Those are my palettes. Those are just me learning how to make heroes. Lots of different things. I don't see my... Oh, goodness. I forgot I made that. Or my logo. I don't have anything, I don't think. That's not like... For example... Here's an idea of creating something. It just kind of, I made this in pixel edit, so it's just something to kind of give an idea of like, okay, so here would be a barrier, and then you just got the basic level design that you kind of go through. So then once you create this, then you can go back and make a better background once you know, okay, every single zone is going to be this many pixels by this many pixels. And you can make it even more specific where, okay, they're only operating in this zone, right? So we set a hard limit for ourselves. We measure 321 by 223, round up to the nearest 16s, and from there you make a new canvas with that level of detail. So what I would want to do is start in this corner. Looks like that's the lowest. So the vision's probably going to go down 3 tiles, we'll say. So then I create new 320 by 240. Okay. And now I can start making something in the background. And because it's parallaxed, technically I can either make it bigger or smaller depending upon whether or not putting in the foreground or the background. It's 9:30. Dismiss, please. I received a message. Alright, back to it. What am I doing here? I think that's enough explanation on that. And I think I've got a handle on what I want to do with these guys. For now, let me go ahead and save. I don't think I need the big, judging from this. If anything, I should make this guy smaller. Let me see what it looks like if I transform him. Or I make everyone else bigger. Question becomes, how detailed do I want to make things? So if I make this guy, for example, if I move him, This guy takes up 3x4. What if and this guy takes up 1.5 by 3? What if I make him 2x4? Stop. What do you say? Right, but then consequently I move him to here, and he takes up basically 4x4, right? So let's make him take up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this becomes like the questioning. Like, you can make the sprite way more diverse and colorful the bigger you make them all. But the downside is the detail that goes into that is pretty... It goes up as exponentially. So if I wanted these sentries to be as big, for example, there would be so much smoothing that you need to do just to make them look just not god awful. Same thing over here. This guy has it the worst, to be honest. Why he has it the worst, I have no idea. But he does. Also, I'd like to apologize in advance if I'm a little slow responding. I am just, like, hard focusing right now. Something else I've decided to look up. Am I not in Brush? I am. Okay. Is I actually found a course in, like, pixel art. So I'll be probably taking that sometime soon. As for when specifically, I do not know yet, but it is good news. Good news, everyone. For now, I'm just gonna stick with the simplistic stuff I know how to do. Basic shading and stuff like that. Oops, brush. To understand how this... Oh, this must have just gotten, like, off-center or something. Oh, yeah, no, definitely. Oops. That's supposed to be double thick. So is that. I think that looks good enough. And then this big boy. Well, first let's get rid of that guy. And we're gonna take this guy. I want him to be a big boy. And so what this is offering me is just a little bit more playroom. Now I will have to note though, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He isn't as wide as this, but this means that because he's supposed to be slumped over, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and a half ish, or a quarter. That's going to be a tall person. And 8's going to be wide. So that means we're looking at what, like 100 math. 160 minus 32 is 128. Is that 8? Oh yeah, yeah, that is. So 128 is wide, so 64 by probably 128. So this sprite sheet kind of started. What I want to do is create a new sprite sheet of width of 64 and a height of 128. So this is the amount of pixels that I'll be able to use for my main character, which I still haven't decided on a cool like mechanic that I want to do. So for this random game that I'm making, that's just going to be a super quick one-off. We're going to go with just a generic design. So we'll make outline. So and we're gonna do a. I should do less pixelated. There we go. We'll start in the upper left. And we'll make him or her, depending on how we want to do it. So if that's the size of the head, we look at the sprite sheet. That seems about right. The body should be... So if we're going to say 8 tall is standard, then that would mean that the legs would take up... So if the head is taking up 2, the body would take up 3, and the legs would take up 3, right? Save that, whatever I changed in there. So that means that we'll take the body. That's what M does. No, shouldn't that be my V button? Did I misread that? What is this? Is that not V? Is that U? Huh. Interesting. So that's... Oh, I need to move everything up. There we go. And then the legs. In reality, what it's gonna be is something more akin to this. And even this isn't doing it justice, because what's gonna actually happen, and then the arms, we're just going Roblox style for a second. So there's the generic outline of a person. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, like here-ish. Something like that. And even that's going to be dissected even further, because if we actually take this is probably going to be more around the lines of right? Did I miscalculate? How come this one's being weird? Oh, no. Why? Is this on the inside of the... Oh, it is. This one isn't, is it? Dang it. Oh, okay. I know it might seem like not much, but it actually is. So what I'm going to do is just start over there. So you start on the inside, 1, 2, 3, inside to inside. We go to legs, inside to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you repeat inside. This is being way too precise, but it's to make nicer sprites. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is literally like Roblox style. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then we actually take this. And then what is the circle button? I don't know how you distinguish between the two, but sure. Oh, I'm also not. I think I want to do it here. Where is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What those will be is guides to create things like this. And you can see you create a nice round shoulder. Alright. The real question is, why is this not centered? Oh, because I moved this there. Now it should be centered. There we go. In reality, I want this to be further down though, but not by much. Somewhere around there. Like so. In reality, all that's gonna do is help with like proportioning. Because even this, in reality, if I take my outline, should... let me go ahead and start doing curves here. Oh, actually, first, hold on. Move out one. Ah! No. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Here? I think that's right. Yeah. And these are just meant to act as like guides. That's all they are. So if I were to take this. Oh yeah, and then there's also boot. Boots done. And then this will come in a bit. So if these are the shoulders, right? You're gonna want to have some kind of like chest. So let me start with the outline first. So there you go. Since they're most likely going to be doing a lot of like running and stuff, you want them to be relatively fit. And then this is going to be like a forearm, right? So you want it to be more, actually the outside should be bigger. So you move it up here a bit. And then you want to make the inside a little bit skinnier. I actually want this to be here. That actually was one over from where I wanted to click. We'll go to here. Skinny that up. Actually, almost like shins. Wow. I think the real issue here is more of this section. And then if I want to add more detail to this, I'd probably start by outlining the upper section, compare that to the mid section. So this is probably going to be some sort of helmet. Just staying with like the bounty hunter kind of theme, like a Metroidvania. Or even just any action thing. I'll leave that like that for now. And kind of make it seem like it's more bicep-y. Amazing scientific terms here coming out to kind of explain everything in great detail. Make it bicep-y. So I'm leaving dashed lines in the center. One, because it's the outline still. Also, let me save this. Oh, goodness. We're going to call this player freehand 001. There we go. Also, let me go ahead and thin out this outline just a tad. I am not thinning it out, rather I'm pasting over it. Oops. Looks like he has a hairdo. Oopsie daisy. And let me go ahead and add probably something like that. And that's just my own unique design. I like using V-shaped helmets just in general. Okay. So now that I've got that kind of sorted, the next step is to kind of focus on the legs, and the best way to do that is to get the hips. And then get the knees. And of course, crotch honestly didn't go down nearly as far as it should have. And the shins, the top, the calf portion is typically like thick, but the bottom portion is typically not thick at all. Now I will say these knees are way too big. It was okay as a, and not really, that's not even okay. If the crotch is way up there, it's a good placement, or placeholder, I guess, but so what should happen is there should be a little gap, I feel. Let me just get rid of this. Like, look how not balanced, but look how unproportioned that is. In reality, I kind of want to keep this up here. I feel like that would be more anatomically correct. I don't know. That would mean this would be more up here. What does R do? Oh, it's blur. Got it. I keep accidentally pressing R instead of E. I've practiced the upper portion of bodies so often that I feel confident enough in making them. But lower portions is really where I struggle. And hands. Screw hands. Alright? Whoa. Stay hydrated. Alright. Sorry, something was breaking off to the side. I needed to fix it. Even this though, like, maybe I just need to make this smaller. And then do something like shoot. This is also different from the other things I've made thus far, simply because it's a lot more. Let me just try this real quick. Yeah, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to go like halfway. Whoa. Whoa. Big booty. I say that's a little more proportioned. And then if I just do something like this. Probably want to do the inside on that one, outside on that one, inside on that one. And then we're gonna get rid of this. And we're gonna do one of these. And one of these. Would look better if I did this. It would not. How about this? Nope. How about that? And then did that. Definitely something to do with this that doesn't look right. Looks like he got gored. Nope, that's not what I'm going for. But I want to do that. Also, I'm sorry I'm not being very talkative. I'm running out of water. And... Ow. I have like this thing on my tongue right now where every time I drink water, it's just painful. So, I'm trying not to, I know, counteractive against streaming. Honestly, I should just stop and get some help. But, nope. I refuse. The reason why I'm doing this right now is to make the distinction between not using a hard outline. Instead of what I want to try to do is utilize differing colors to create a, so for this guy, for example, what I want to do is I want to take this, do something like this, take this color scheme, get out of this, select everything, and we gradient it. And then now I can take, and the reason why that's important is now I can do a slow gradient. Oops. Something akin to this. Outwards towards his shoulder. Or their shoulder, I don't know. Haven't decided that part yet. But I can definitely make it sort of a unique outline color instead of just a straight up black outline. And it's also going to be helpful for distinguishing between sections while still looking relatively unique. Also, this allows you to kind of create special things such as palette based suits for your person. So if the base is like purple, then you can go ahead, you could even just do what I'm doing right here, where now look, I've already got shoulder plate, there's that stupid tongue thing, shoulder plates added on, and all I did was thicken the shoulders up a little bit and add some shading. And then you just kind of it adds a really kind of unique effect. And the only caution I would say is you gotta self-determine how steep of a gradient you want to go. Do you want to do like I did here where you double up and you fill the corners, or do like what I'm doing here where I'm leaving some corners open? And the way that I distinguish them is how many do I have left? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 left. Do I think I can fit the remainder of those in here? And then I just kind of self-judge. Like for now, I think that doubling up in certain places might be good, just because it looks like that I'm not going to run out in 3. And that may change in a second here. So now it looks like with 2 left, I probably won't have enough. So then I just decide arbitrarily where it is that I want it to be filled in, where it is that I didn't. In all honesty, I kind of want to do that. And then I do one of these. And boom, I've got myself a nice little gradient texture. In reality, what I want is I want to move this guy and this guy here. Move that guy to the end. And we're gonna do this twice more, Where now we take this guy, we just do the same thing. Ah, crap. Yeah, there we go. We move you down here. We take you. Gradient it down. We take you. Move him to here. Oh, I just realized something that I'm doing wrong. Oh shoot. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take you and do that, so then they're prepared. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to add. That's good enough, I guess. So we're gonna do that. Gradient. Gradient. Move him to the end. Move, yep, there we go. So now I'm gonna save that. Now I've got the same amount of gradients down here. We can take the darker version to nicely border along here. And I'm gonna actually step through this quicker just because I have less territory. And I want to double up. Because I want the lightest section to be near the elbow. Oops. Brush. I made a mistake. Although, in all honesty, I feel like that could work. Assuming I just accept it for what it is. And then take that maybe. Essentially invert what I was going to do. Actually, I'll do that. Because what I wanted to do is actually have the lightest color right here. Also, I don't even know why I'm doing this when these should be uniform together. So I should be using these palettes. Because the only thing left after that would be to outline the design of the helmet. Which I suppose I could have done. We'll go ahead and just give him how do I want to do this? I think what I want to do is actually remove all of that. And then show this, select first pass, and do something similar. And then what I want to do, I'm assuming. I actually don't want them to be more purple, but we're going to stick with it because that's what I've been doing up to this point. Um, going with green for now, just to be something different, so I can color these in. I'm going to do white. right, so now what I want to do is gradient that. No, I want it to be even more steps. How many steps? All of the steps. So that's as dark of a gray as I can get. Get rid of all of those. All right. Let's just see how that looks. What? Get rid of you. F. F. There we go. Let's gradient that down. We'll make it that color actually. Really, that's what I should be doing. Oh, shoot. Let me just start over. So let me go ahead and just start by doubling this guy up. Let me take the brightest. Do that. And we'll start here. And we'll go to here. And we'll do one of these. He looks kind of like a bug-eyed freak. All honesty, I probably want to like do something akin to this. This is essentially what blurring will do for you. One trick I'm beginning to realize is super helpful is both alternating of colors when appropriate. So for example, something between these two, honestly. Just like a gradient. Maybe even deeper than that. And then just kind of gradiating it down. Super helpful. And then leaving indented corners really helps. But a lot of it comes down to user discretion, and that just comes from more experience. There we go. I actually want it to be more of like, or rather, let me do this, no, that. This lighter? No. That's that color. I'm just gonna call it color at this point. I haven't got so focused on. I'm just like, let's just go full ham, see what we can do. I will say I noticed I utilize a lot of gradients, but you know. Also, I have noticed the fact that I'm using a more gray-esque, but a palette set, but at the same time, down here it's like the unit, the suit is more purple. I'm gonna have to see if I can't rectify that somehow. I like the gradient because it adds a lot of detail from doing relatively nothing. I need to be careful though that I'm not unneedingly adding the gradient to parts that don't really need it. For example, on the breastplate, it's going to be really tough to kind of get the gradient just right, since the gradient's going to be more like this, where, let me go ahead and soften that up a bit. It's going to be centered more around where the chest puffs out, regardless of what gender. That's just what chests on humanoids do. So I want to create a shading effect, and then I want to bias it off to the right. The way you're going to do that is by shading the left faster, or I should not shoot. I want it to be like over to the right, so I need to shade the center faster. And I did the exact opposite of that. See what I want to do. City. I don't know why that popped into my head. What I want to do is I want to double up on the center area. And then as we start progressing through, do I not? Oh yeah, that makes sense. I'm dumb. As we start progressing more towards the left, or right on that side, we want to leave intentional gaps and intentional doubling up on the right, left, whatever, center, whatever you whatchamacallit it. And you'll notice it's starting to give that impression of, well, shading of breastplates. Now if I remove this real quick, how does it look? I also think what I really should have done G, not continuous. We do that. I want to say what matches. I think that matches. This will be like the base, I guess. The base color set. What I should also probably do something's off. I can feel it. Oh Jesus, 10:50 at night. Well, all in all, I don't think it looks absolutely god awful. I definitely made some serious improvement from the thing that shall not be named. That being said, I still think I have a lot of issues with proportions, and I think what I need to do is just embrace a specific like styling. What that styling is, however, I don't know yet. I think what I want to do is make, I don't know. I'm like cutting like this crossroad between realistic and pixel. Cause like, yeah, I can make something. Oops, not that big though. Yeah, I can make something that's 128 by 64. Other way around. It's getting late. 64 by 128, and I can just make, I don't know, something like something like this with a with a body like that, and then just straight up Roblox it, like boom, like I did before. And then we just do something like this. We just do something like this. And then that's scary as hell. Holy cow. I don't know. Happy little face. And then boom. Like, boom. Turn this off for the hair. I can't draw hair well. Oops, let me put this back on real quick. Just so he has a neck. Like, boom. Hey, there's a decent character. He's got like a little hoodie or whatever. Like, woo, I could do that. Bald features, blank stare. How would I even want to start with the hair? I mean, I can even do something dumb like this. Boom. Hair. You want to add some color to it? He's got green eyes because I said so. I'm sorry? How? How does... oh, not... I don't have contiguous. There we go. Let's make him more fleshy. Even fleshier. Right. Boom. And he's got red shoes on or something. No blue shirt on underneath. Like, that wasn't that hard to make. Boom, done. But this would be like for a horror game. Look at those eyes. This is like Binding of Isaac style something. Freehand. Atrocity. Atrocity. Yes, that's what I meant. The only thing that makes me upset is that it doesn't look half bad. It's supposed to look horrible, but it doesn't. And then if you add something like an actual like gradient, I really should do it like this. And this is just to blur that outline a little bit. The edges aren't that hard looking. God, he's staring at my soul. Everything except for the face actually looks half decent, and that makes me upset. But given the fact that it's now 11 o'clock my time, I think that is where I'm going to call it. Thank you all for so much for sticking with me through this. I honestly will say that I'm doing this more out of an obligation to myself as a way to keep me honest about trying to learn how to make art. I know it's a rough journey. It's going to be a long journey as well. But I do appreciate everyone who is sticking around and watching me do nonsense like this. It really does help out quite a lot. So thank you all so much for suffering through this with me. I'm slowly getting there, but next time we'll play something else. I'm going to switch it up next week. Definitely Monday, I'm going to start actually playing Deponia. Going to go ahead and try to keep Enter the Gungeon as a more mainstay, simply because I want to try playing more roguelites. I want to see about, because I feel like that's going to be the genre that I choose besides Metroidvania to start getting myself into the gaming world. So I want to get good at bullet hells in general and roguelites in general, like Dead Cells, the new Metroid Dread, which is coming out in October, Enter the Gungeon. Honestly, Binding of Isaac's another game that I really want to play on stream. Looks like a really fun stream game. But with that being said, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are now going to be Enter the Gungeon, and Thursdays will remain as an art day. So until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful journey through the Abyss, and remember to stay safe and don't get lost in the Abyss.